Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is August 23rd. Lisa, Scott, Lydia here with you. Before we jump into our news and weather headlines, we have some fog to talk about. We want to remind you, of course, we go live every weekday morning on Facebook. We keep it on your news feed throughout the whole day, so you can watch it anytime that works for you. Plus, we make it into a podcast. You can go to inform.com/podcast and look for the Inform Minute, or find us on our Inform YouTube channel, or just wake up every weekday morning from 5 to 7, and you can catch all of these news and weather headlines on your TV live. Might be the easiest way to go. All right, so the big story today, lots to talk about, really, because we do have that, risk for severe weather, but this morning people are probably noticing fog.
It is soupy out there, and it's muggy but mild, temps in the 60s to near 70, but you're feeling all of that mugginess, and then you're actually seeing it too, that humidity playing through in the form of fog. So heavy that it's kind of misting in some spots. My Grand Forks tower cam right now is completely covered with raindrops. And all three of us said every once in a while we needed to turn on the windshield wipers on the way in this morning. So there's just enough moisture out there for it to be noticeable. It's kind of deceiving though, because it's a really low lying cloud deck. So if you look at your radar on your phone, you won't find any rain here in the valley, at least. So it looks like it's totally dry outside and that we should have a beautiful sunny morning, but that's obviously not the case. So the radar beam is kind of scanning above a lot of this cloud cover and this fog and this mist, and it's not finding it. So a little deceiving when you look at your map this morning. This will slowly work its way out. There's no wind today, so there's just no big push for it to go away. The sun will shine on it. That will start to heat it up, kind of cause evaporation and get rid of some of it, but that takes time. So do expect this fog to linger and be a little bit stubborn. I think afternoon, evening, we start to see a partly cloudy sky, and that's when our temperatures will hit the 80s. The humidity, of course, making it feel even hotter. If you can get some sunshine, we will re-energize the atmosphere, give it a little instability, and then watch out for a couple isolated storms afternoon, evening. It's a chance. It's not a guarantee. I wouldn't be surprised if no storms develop. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple storms develop. So not a big chance, but there is that chance. Hail and wind would be primary threats with any of those. Better chance of storms will come tomorrow. Still a warm and muggy day, but a cold front on the way will create some thunderstorms. I expect kind of a line to form out west and then move to the east along that cold front. So it just depends on where you're located for when you get those storms. But behind that cold front, we'll notice the humidity drop, and then Friday won't be as toasty. We're looking at temps upper 70s with dew points back down to the 50s, which is the comfortable category. So
Get rid of that humidity.
yes, that will be gone by Friday and should stay low through the weekend too. So couple more days of some sticky weather, and then Friday will be better.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lydia. All right, big story today. We've been tracking for you for, several weeks, months. Today, all eyes will be on the 2024 race for the Oval Office. The first Republican presidential debate will take place tonight in Wisconsin. Big story, but especially big for us here because North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is going to be on that debate stage. It starts at 8 o'clock tonight. They'll be broadcast on Fox News. Of course, Burgum announced his campaign for president in early June with that big event here in Fargo. But since then, he has stopped at several battleground states, working on that name recognition. I think he's sitting at like 2%.
Yeah, about
right
2% in the polling data. So he's working to get his name out there for sure.
But he made it on the stage. Of course, we talked about this too. I thought it was interesting, a unique way to get on the stage. He needed all those unique donors. He gave $20 gift cards to each person who donated even just $1 to his campaign. So he met the fundraising and polling criteria to make it on the stage.
Yeah, and he's going to be facing a laundry list of candidates in that debate. 8 of them total on the stage. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, I should say. That's the tough name to say. He's probably the least known person on the stage. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, former Vice President Mike Pence, and former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson. Now, the biggest name, the party's current frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, is not going to be at the debate. He's skipping it. Instead, he's doing a pre-recorded interview with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson. This first debate comes as Trump is expected to turn himself in Atlanta tomorrow for his alleged role in trying to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia. And a new poll finds 42% of likely Iowa caucus goers, which is a key battleground state, are backing Trump as their first choice for president. And as you kind of mentioned, Lisa, in that same poll, Doug Burgum is polling 2%.
So maybe you saw this Amber Alert overnight, maybe you did not. We've kind of been going back and forth on this one. We're working to learn if a toddler is safe following an Amber Alert that was issued in North Dakota overnight, because this is what happened. It was issued and then like 30 minutes later it was canceled, but we're not getting a lot of details. What we do know is that alert was issued by the North Dakota Highway Patrol and the BCI at the request of Mandan Police. They put out the names, the pictures. 2-year-old Ainsley Thunderhawk is who they were looking for. They said that she was abducted in southwest Mandan around 9 last night. They said who they believe she was with, 38-year-old Andrew Thunderhawk. We don't know any details as to whether she's safe. I put a call in very early, right before First News started, to Mandan Police, and we're still waiting to get a call back. When I did a little digging, I know when I woke up, we get up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's like 2 a.m. It came across my Ring doorbell alerts, the
really?
neighborhood alerts. Because I was like, how did I know about that? So you might be finding that it was sent out and then canceled, and we're working to find more information, to know exactly what happened and if she's okay.
Yeah. All right, the start of the new school year. Some places are already in school, others starting soon, but specifically here in Fargo, there's some major road work still going on. It's going to impact the start of school, finding your route to school and that kind of thing. Means major backups are likely. So we're going to specifically talk about the 32nd Avenue reconstruction project that's still in full swing. And we're talking about that because there's 2 schools in that area. Both Oak Grove Lutheran Elementary and Ed Clapp Elementary schools are along 32nd Avenue. Oak Grove starts tomorrow, Ed Clapp on Monday. Both schools' main entrances will remain open as usual, but the construction zone could add to already long wait times in those areas. If you're taking kids to school, picking them up, sometimes those lines get very long. So
especially the first couple of days. First day especially, but first couple of days.
Everyone's trying to get into their swing of things.
Yep.
So essentially the moral of the story is give yourself plenty of extra time to account for waiting in those lines right now so that everyone can stay safe and make sure, nothing happens to either kids, construction workers, or parents, or whoever. So take your time.
It's a mess, that area. If you drive through there, not even with school going on, I know it's a big project, but it's hard to get through there without school being in session. Talking about school being back in session, this is timely. FargoCast Public Health is hosting 2 back-to-school clinics today and tomorrow from 8 to 4. All recommended child and teen immunizations will be available. Walk-ins are welcome. And they're going to be happening at the FargoCast Public Health Building off of 25th Street.
All right, this is some pretty big news. Could be some big changes coming to the Fargo Dome. We'll see what happens with this whole thing. But right now, city leaders are looking at a new plan for the Fargo Dome. They say it will transform the facility into a modern entertainment powerhouse. Renderings of that proposal, you can go look at those on inform.com right now, show a major remodel for the more than 30-year-old facility. The $140 million expansion and renovation will add a large-scale conference center on the south side of the building, which would be double the size of anything that the city currently has. The renovation will keep roughly the same number of seats in the dome. They'll add things like more accessible seating, restrooms, and standing areas at the corners of the football field. And then this is where you come in to help pay for it. Of course, it's got to be paid for. City leaders are holding a special election on December 5th. Fargo voters will decide on a 0.25% sales tax for the next 20 years and a 3% lodging tax increase. If it passes, construction would start next winter and be completed in 2028.
And Dom's going to be talking about this as well on Hot Mike with Dom Izzo coming up here 9 to 11. He's going to be talking about the renovation, how it will affect Bison football fans. Since the football season's just around the corner. Rob Sobolik is going to be in studio with Dom to answer some questions that have already popped up. Plus, the Twins are in the middle of their toughest stretch of the season. Dick Bremer joins the show from Milwaukee to preview the final game of the series. So lots of great guests and lots of great discussions happening on Hot Mic today from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra.
That's right. And don't forget, for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to inform.com. Just visit inform.com/subscribe to get that deal.
And remember, our next newscast coming up here at 11 o'clock. We'll get an update on the fog and drizzly ickiness that's outside right now. And then we have you covered this afternoon, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 for more WDAY news.
Yeah, and then tomorrow morning, you can watch First News from 5 to 7 in the morning. So join us then. Until then, have a great day.